Hi friends, today is Monday and I must say today is a pretty exciting day for a Monday. In front of me, where you can't see, is a massive box of our seed potatoes. And I think we have, I want to say like 25 pounds of seed potatoes without actually going there and counting them. Zachary got home from work today before I did and he opened the box already. So I haven't even peeked in there. But definitely an exciting day. And yesterday he got all of our onions planted while I spent the day in the kitchen. So tonight I am making a dinner, of course, like every night. But I am doing, they're called prime rib beef steak burgers. They're from Sam's. I had got these when I did my shopping trip at Sam's last week. They were already marked down to $9.91 for 2.5 pounds, and then I had an extra $2 off. So it was $7.91 for 2.5 pounds of prime rib beef steak burgers. Can't go wrong for that. And I think there are 3, 6, 9, 18 of them in here total. So they're like slider size. So we're going to cook some off. That way Zachary can have these for lunches on the road during the week. And we'll have, of course, tonight for dinner, we have some Hawaiian sweet rolls to have them on as a treat. And I am going to do kind of a Big Mac-esque kind of sauce. It has mayo, relish, barbecue, garlic powder, apple cider vinegar, mustard, Worcestershire, onion powder, and paprika. So I'm going to mix that up and just do its taste. So we're going to have a fast foody food at home night. uh, and as usual, I'll bring you along for the ride. So I saw this copycat recipe and I altered it slightly. But I originally saw it on TikTok, so I'm not even sure like how I would credit that. And I've seen many copycat kind of recipes for Big Mac sauce. And this is just the one that I am rambling on about over here as I am gathering my items. So we're going to do about a cup of mayo. And I am not a mayo snob. I use the Aldi brand Berman's. I don't know. I guess I kind of am a mayo snob. I will not use Kraft mayo. It's just not my jam. And just realized I have my pan already turned on, so let me turn that off. Okay, so let's gather our squirrels of a brain today since it's a Monday. We have we're going to do a tablespoon of, actually 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Oh, I might be out of paprika. Looks like I am. Okay. We're going to do a couple dashes of Worcestershire. And roughly 2 tablespoons of mustard. Three tablespoons of relish. Gonna do 2 of barbecue. Making a mess. And then about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I'm gonna whisk this together. All right, so I grabbed, I have some Spanish paprika that I'm gonna put in here. And just do a quick little mix. And I have Bella here to do a quick little taste test of this. I tell you, it looks right.
It tastes like Big Mac sauce.
It tastes just like Big Mac sauce, right?
Know. I was like, how did you get it to that?
So there's all that. I'll put in the description all of the ingredients that I used. And it looks like I better get these burgers frying. Okay, so just in our cast iron here, you saw me cook up a bunch of bacon yesterday, so of course I did not waste that bacon grease. That's what we're going to use for our burgers, which last night's dinner was delicious. Those potato wedges turned out perfectly in the cast iron like that, and so did the broccoli. It was all just so good. So we're going to let this heat up again since I turned it off. I'm gonna do a quick season to the burgers themselves. Typically when I make burgers, I make my own patties, but this was a great deal and I couldn't say no. And really, if I really wanted to, I could rip them apart and make them into, you know, whatever patties I want. Just gonna keep the seasoning simple. We're just gonna do some Kinder's Butcher all-purpose seasoning. And season one side, and in they go. Nice sizzle. Curious what you're all having tonight for dinner. Maybe I should have broke out the 17-inch again for tonight, because I still have 4 more to go in, but we'll do those on a second round. So we're gonna let those cook for some time. Looking good, and time to flip. It's a nice warm day today here, and you would think that it's summertime. Come home to the kids in shorts and t-shirts. Meanwhile, I have a full fleece on. Warmer weather definitely makes you dream of the summer, though. And we're thinking about camping.
Yeah.
Hi, Zachary. No, sliders. Prime rib sliders.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yummy.
And Big Mac sauce.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
I think he's hungry. Have the last four finishing up there. And in that, I am putting a whole large sweet onion to saute up. And they cook beautifully in the fat from the burgers and that bacon grease. So we're going to let that do its thing, get all swimmy in there and sweat down. And while that's doing that, I'm going to chop up a red onion. Well, I wanted to share with you all Zachary's plate, but apparently I was too late. How was it? Well, that's it, guys. There's some left over for lunch for tomorrow, and it was definitely a hit. See you tomorrow. Hey, friends. Today it is a beautiful, warm, hot, sunny day here in Pennsylvania, and I am going to be making for dinner tonight an Asian-inspired rice cabbage bowl. Just some flavors that I'm looking at throwing together. You previously saw me freezer preserve or freezer meal sesame chicken marinade. So that's going to be made under the broiler while I work on making the white rice and the cabbage slaw to go on top of the bowl. So let's do this. And it is just about 6 o'clock. It's 5 of. So might have enough time to get outside and enjoy some sun before the day's over since I've been working all day. So let's see what we can do. So I'm going to do 2 cups of a wild rice blend. I know the girls like more of a just white rice, but I like wild rice. So we're going to do wild rice tonight. We're going to do, like I said, 2 cups. And there's just a tiny little bit in there. So we're going to finish that off. So 2 cups, and then it says 3.5 cups of water or broth. Now I want to do like a lime coconut kind of flavor to this. So I am going to do, looking for my coconut oil. I like to use the organic virgin coconut oil. This has that coconut taste to it. So we're going to put 3 tablespoons roughly of the coconut oil in here. Now, I will say something to definitely note about wild rice is that it takes much longer. Sorry, I know that's loud. It takes much longer to cook wild rice than it does your traditional white kind of rice, you know. So with this, we need 3.5 cups of water or broth. I'm going to replace 1/2 cup with lime juice. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. This is a 1 cup measuring. So there's that. And then we need 3 cups of water. This starts to be my favorite time of year when I can actually see the sunshine out our kitchen window into the backyard where the garden is. All right. Now, this doesn't call for any kind of like salt or anything, but I feel like it definitely will need something seasoning wise. I just lost my lid right into my pot. So let's put a little bit of salt. We have our lime juice, our coconut, a little bit of salt, and we're just going to put this on. It says about bringing it to boil and a heavy lid for 45 minutes is typically the cook time. And then you let it sit for 10 minutes in steam before serving. So let's do it. The house, as usual, is abuzz with activity. The girls are beginning their spring or Easter break right now, and anytime the girls are together is always fun. So they are upstairs moving furniture around in their rooms, having a grand old time. That's just about empty. I did a quick defrost method with the chicken. So this does have just a little bit of what seems to be a little bit frozen yet. So I'm going to put it in the oven. Dry it off first. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the oven first, just cooking temperature, and then once I feel like it's ready, I'm going to bump it up to broil. Nobody wants seared chicken. If you haven't previously watched the video where I preserved all of this chicken in the freezer and ended up with, maybe like 12 or more large family meals worth of preserved chicken in the freezer, I definitely suggest watching it because it was not a whole lot of time, but it is going to save us a lot of time for these spring and summer nights. So as you see, we're still a little frozen there. So I am going to get this in the oven at just a low temperature, just at like 300 till it breaks apart. And then we are going to bring it back out, make sure it's all coated in all of the sauce, and then put it under the broiler. And now we get to make our slaw. So let me just wipe down our area. I'm sure you hear all of the shenanigans that takes place in the background with all the dogs and Zachary playing with them. But I'm going to bring you along for my crazy ride that I get. And don't worry, I know you don't see it in all of my videos, but I wash my hands a lot. So let's move on. So now we're going to make our cabbage slaw. I did a quick walk around the secret garden area, and I noticed I have some beautiful garlic chives that are starting to pop out of the ground. So I'm excited to see them coming back. So I'm going to include those, even though there's not a lot. Rice is going, chicken is in the oven, and now it is slaw time. Now typically, I'm going to smash this. Typically, if I'm going to make slaw, I would try to make it the day before so that it has time to sit and absorb the flavoring and develop this good levels of layers of flavor. But we can do a quick version. So the first step is to slice our cabbage really thin. Okay, so in our bowl is going, of course, our cabbage. I have some carrot here that I just threw in our little blender, hand blender. And let's throw that in. And then we are also going to add to this some red onion, which again, we're just going to try and slice super thin. Rough chopping some, and some are just going to be real thin layers, slivers. Okay, and I also have a little bit of a sweet onion here that I'm going to put in. And then I did not grab the scallions and the garlic. I got to go grab the scallions and the garlic from our other fridge. So this is just going to end up being a really pretty, colorful slaw. Could absolutely put like red cabbage in here as well. I do have some canned red cabbage slaw, which is delicious. But I was looking for just something fresh tonight. We're going to put a little bit of cucumber in. We need our garlic chives. Our dried cilantro. I'm going to go grab the green onions, and I'll be right back. All right, green onions are in. Now we have to make the sauce, the vinaigrette, whatever you want to call it. I am going to dice up some, if I can remember how to get my lid on. You know, everything works smoothly when there's not a camera in your face. So There's that. It's on. Okay, so that is diced up nicely. In here, I'm going to make the vinaigrette and let it spin around. Mix up. Okay, so let me bring you in closer. Like I said, we have our garlic in here. I didn't rinse it out, just had the carrots in it. I'm gonna put some toasted sesame oil in. And there's not a recipe for this, it's just how I've mixed it together before. Some rice vinegar. Some soy. I'm gonna try to not be too heavy-handed with the soy because the girls, they're not so fond when it's heavy. And then honey, which I just slightly heated. Because as warm as it is outside, it's still cold in the house. So we're just gonna mix this up. And ginger, I need ginger. I can't forget about ginger. All right, well, I'm out of luck. I don't have any fresh ginger. I don't have any in the fridge, so I'm going to use a little bit of ground ginger. Make it. Let's give it a little taste. Smells good. And it tastes so good. Has a little bit of a kick from the garlic and from the ginger. So we are just going to pour this right over our slaw and toss it, and then I'll show you what else we're adding. Bottom there. Toss this up. Just looks so pretty. It's like summer in a bowl. Make a mess here. That's what I'm going to do. Like always. It's not me cooking if there's not a mess being made. We're going to toss it like that. Then we are going to throw in here a little bit of sesame seeds. A little bit of Japanese multi-purpose seasoning. Zachary's being really distracting in the background right now. It's got sunburn today. That's how warm it is here. And I'm sure this is a very untraditional topper, but it's a little bit of everything seasoning. Like think of like everything bagel seasoning. It has sesame seeds, it has garlic, it has all kinds of good, yummy flavors to go in here. And like I said, I'm sure not anywhere near a traditional thing, but it's good. I'm going to do a little taste of this for you all. I'm sure it's going to be crunchy. So good. So good. Like I said, it has a zing from the garlic, a zing from that little bit of ginger, with some sweetness from the honey, it's salty from the soy. It's just a perfect bite. And with everything being cut so thin, you get a little bit of everything. Like I said, it's a perfect bite. So now we got to wait for the rice and the chicken to be on, and dinner served. And here's dinner. We have our slaw. We have the sesame marinated chicken that I made under the broiler. And just so everyone knows, this is what I used for that marinade. It was just the creamy sesame dressing from P.F. Chang's. And I'm going to keep this out if anyone wants a little extra drizzle of that. We have some white rice for the girls because they do not like the wild rice. Sometimes you got to pick your battles. We have the wild rice for Zachary and me. And we have another little drizzle option of the sriracha chili sauce that Bella likes. So there we have it. Time to have dinner. Almost forgot, we have some kimchi as well from when Zachary and I had our tin fish dinner date night. So we're going to have this with it as well.
Okay, let's taste it. Mm. Got a little bit of spice. Very Asian-y inspired.
That was the goal.
Very Asian inspired. Very good.
You like it?
Yeah. I like the slaw.
The slaw's really
It's got
good.
like a nice spice to it.
Ginger. I didn't have any fresh ginger, so I used ginger powder.
Very good. Yeah, I really like this slaw.
So there's how Zachary plated his up. That's not as pretty as how the girls and I did ours. But I'm happy you like it.
Very good.
Well, good morning, friends. It is Easter Sunday, and it's been a little while since I recorded, I want to say. I had plans of recording last night, but we just needed some mama time with the girls. So I did not do any recording last night, and we just kind of picked around at leftovers, and sometimes we call those nights free-for-alls, where it's whatever you can find in the fridge or whatever's around, but we always have something to eat. So today, I don't do your typical Easter kind of meal, and don't mind, this is a real house, so you know, I keep stuff in the oven when it's not being used, especially the Big Mama 17. But I don't do a typical Easter dinner like ham and potatoes, and never been what I do. So what I do is a big, huge turkey platter size salad. And I layer it so it looks like a cute little Easter egg. I will be sure to drop a picture here. So that's what I've made in the past. It's always been super popular with the family. The girls look forward to it. And I know it kind of lacks some of the meat component that Zachary is always looking for. So I'm going to try making something new today in addition with that. And it's kind of not a soup, but also not a skillet. It's somewhere in between, but it's going to have kielbasa, cabbage, and pierogies in it. And it's going to be, like I said, not quite a skillet, but not quite a soup. What would we call that? It's going to be good. That's what it's going to be. So we're going to make that. But for breakfast, I am going to be making a quiche, and my mother is going to be making her always a hit pancakes today. So I'm in here in the kitchen before everyone else, just trying to get some things prepped. So that way when my mom wants to make her pancakes, she can do that. I'm not going to record that, but I'll be sure to show you a plate of the delicious pancakes. And then what else? Oh, how could I forget? Pineapple lush is always a favorite of the girls. Something that I've made for years and years and years, probably before, well, maybe a little after Bella was born, I started making it. But it's really a simple, light, fluffy, summery, summer in a bowl kind of dessert. And I'll be making that as well. So today's going to be a little all over the place, but I'll be sure to share with you all of the things. I need to get some veggies cut up and prepped that I'll be using in the quiche as well as the salad. I have some just store-bought pie crust here. So today's going to be an easy peasy kind of thing. I like to keep Easter easy, although I just listed a whole bunch of things that we're making, because I do a big egg hunt for the girls. My girls are past the age of community egg hunts, but they still look forward to every year the egg hunt that we do. So Zachary and I spent time yesterday stuffing probably 200 eggs with different things, and we'll be on the hunt shortly. I will have to be hiding those eggs. So time to get started out here and me stop rambling. But I always love to hear all of your comments and questions. So please leave some in the comment section. Let me know what Easter traditions you have that are not, you know, the most common or you think is unique to your family. And let me know any of the questions that you have for me. I haven't been getting a lot of questions. I would love to have another live with everyone, but I need some questions. So send them this way. So I'm going to gather all of my various ingredients that I need to get all of this started, and I'll be right back. Let's see how many projects I can work on at one time and not completely lose my mind. My goal here is to get all of this done kind of early, before everyone is in the kitchen and wanting to hang out, and I don't want to be bothering everyone with my recording, and I want to be able to enjoy the day too. So I am breaking out all of the appliances I will need today, which of course we're going to want to use the mixer and the blender. Now the reason I'm grabbing out the blender is because typically I use a crushed pineapple and they only had tidbits. Where is my mixing bowl? There's my bowl. You always see me wiping out my bowls because we have coal heat. There is constant dust everywhere. So I must tell you all too, I love both of my KitchenAid mixers, but I really preferred the tilt top to the lift bowl. I know obviously the lift bowl has a higher capacity, which is why I bought it, but I feel like I had more control with the tilt top. It's more cumbersome to use the lift bowl. I don't know. Even the girls agree too. We just like that one a lot more. So first up here is good old Cool Whip. We are going to get this whipping up to a thinner consistency essentially. We're then going to mix in our instant vanilla pudding, and I'm going to throw the pineapple in the blender. So I will tell you, this Vitamix, I love this blender. We got this at a local Denton Bent store because I refused to pay Vitamix money for anything, and it's amazing. I still have the Ninja forget what it's called, but it's the one that is like supposed to be rival to this. And I like that, but the power of this, that just can't compare whatsoever. So, I still have that one. Everyone else in the house is allowed to use that one, and only I'm allowed to use this one. I've seen so many various recipes for lush, but basically what mine is angel food cake. I've done it with fresh homemade. I've done it with store-bought. Do it however makes your heart happy or works for your schedule. And crushed pineapple, instant vanilla pudding mix, whip, and sometimes I end up adding a little bit of heavy cream in, depending on the consistency. Every time I make it, it's a little bit different. But first, we gotta get our pushing this to the max as usual. First, we gotta get our pineapples crushed up. And I think that pasta ready to go. Oh, beautiful. You need to see how quickly that went. Look at that beauty. I had that in there like a couple seconds and it's ready. So, on to the next step. This is always the moment where I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna fit in the bowl. I always overestimate. But this is our bowl for the day for the lush. It's this cute little Temptations dish. My mother and I both have a thing for Temptations, which is the stoneware bowls. So we'll see if this works. But I also plan on gifting some, so I'm going to be making some in here as well, and we will end up having to expand to another container. So clean hands, of course. We are going to slice this up into tiny little, well, I won't say tiny, but into like little cubes, essentially. And I have, again, seen variations of this dessert where people put like maraschino cherries in with it, or strawberries or any other kind of fruit. Most commonly, I've seen the maraschino cherries, and some will do like a crumb, like a graham cracker crumb crust, and I'd imagine that would be really good as well. Mixed in like coconut. There's so many different ways that you can jazz this up. This is just such a nice base of a summer dessert. This is great to take to picnics. I've done that many times. But we are just sticking to a classic today. This is the one that the girls always ask for. So again, just random cubes. And then we're going to layer in the lush into this, and we want that to be liquidy because we want the angel food cake to really absorb all of that yumminess. This is the vehicle for all of that delicious. Let me bring you in closer so you can really see this. So here is our first layer of angel food. And now we are going to scoop in our pineapple fluff. Doggies are starting to wake up, so there will be people coming down the stairs shortly. All right, so there's one layer. This is one of my favorite spoons. I don't even know if I can find this or link this. I don't think I can because this was an Aldi find. But I love how this sits on the edge. It's the simple things that get me. So, and we're just gonna continue layering here. I think that this would look really pretty in a trifle dish, I believe is the pronunciation. It's that clear glass, almost think of like a vase looking, straight walls, and you could just layer this really beautifully in there, especially if you did like cherries or the graham crust like I mentioned. It'd be delicious and beautiful. I always care more about the taste than the beauty of my dishes though. If it doesn't taste good, doesn't matter how pretty it is. All right, I think we might be able to squeeze one more little bit of layer on the top here. If you make your own angel food cake for this, you definitely want to make sure that it is completely cooled before you start this process. Now, we have one doggy outside barking to come in. So we are going to throw this in the fridge to come together. It does definitely thicken up. And I'm going to move on to the next one that I am gifting. So I'm going to get this covered in the fridge and I'll be right back. Always amazing how quickly my dish pile grows. So I am making 4 quiches. I was originally starting with 1 and somehow that just grew. So for the base of the quiche obviously is egg. So to make it easy on myself, I am doing this in the blender. I have 18 eggs. I'm just going to do a very simple base blend with this. I am using some ricotta for creaminess and richness of it all. It helps when it's baking to not get all dry, essentially. If I can open my ricotta would be another thing. I plan on making some stuffed shells or lasagna later this week. so I have ricotta in the fridge. So we are going to put in here, oh, I don't know, let's see, 2, 4, I'd say that's probably equivalent to like 6 tablespoons. I'm gonna put that in. We are also gonna put a little bit of heavy cream. Or a lot of it heavy cream. Definitely salt and pepper. They're starting to need to be charged. And this is the one thing that might be a little bit different to you. I am putting in 6 cloves of garlic right in the egg. And a little bit, just a little bit for tasting of some Tabasco, the green kind. Just a little bit, just for flavor. Also going to put in here, I'm reaching over, a little bit of adobo. This is just our base mix. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, I'll think of it. So we're gonna give this a good whip. Here, the garlic. And I instantly know what I forgot because it's staring me in my face here. We need to put in here just a little bit of bacon fat. Yes, I said bacon fat. So I always keep mine in the fridge. After I make bacon, it goes into a container. This is just going to give it just a little bit of richness and, of course, some good flavor. It's got that umami we're going to need here. It comes off the spoon. There we go. Just enough to give it some silky, trust me. So we are going to set this to the side. Clean up my little disaster zone here. This mama needs a sip of her coffee. All right, and now we need our chopper. We are making, like I said, 4 kinds. And clean this up a little bit better here. So I am gifting one. I am making one with lots of veggies in it. I am making one with crab in it. And I am making just a straight egg and cheese for the girls, a classic one. So let's see what we can do. First, I need to cut up some peppers. Bring back my little cutting board that I rinsed off. And we are going to cut some peppers. The beauty of the quiche and making all these different kinds is that you make the base mix of the eggs, and then in each quiche, I'm just throwing stuff in here to go to the chickens. There we go. We're gonna add to this. We are able to customize right in the pie dish. That makes this so easy. And I'm making so much today to prep for easy breakfast and lunch during the week. Zachary is awful at eating breakfast, especially, I mean, he's out the door most mornings before the sun rises, and he never ever eats breakfast. So I am trying to weasel my way into him eating breakfast. And both my girls are home full-time right now with school, so I want to have some easy things to grab out of the fridge, especially when this mom is working too. So a little extra work today will make for a lot less work during the week. Okay, so we are gonna choppy these, and this is, oh, where's my chopper? I always know when someone else puts this stuff away. It's been recovered, but I always know. I always know when someone else besides me has put the stuff away, because it disappears. Not gonna break your ears. Okay, so we chopped, and as I was getting some more ingredients out of the fridge, I came across some ham deli meat that I wanted to use up. So this is, I always get my ham, I cannot stand thick sliced deli meat, especially ham. So I always get it what they call chipped, so it's super thin, like paper thin, that it actually like begins to fall apart. So this quiche is going to be peppers, onions, ham, cheese, and of course egg. I also came across in the fridge some caramelized onions that I am going to toss in here as well. Just trying to make sure that you'll get a little bit of everything in every bite. Quiche is a great way to use up little bits of ingredients in the fridge. So there's that one. Now this one is going to be our crab Old Bay, and as you know, we love crab, we love Old Bay. So I am going to layer the crab in with, of course, Old Bay, and I want to keep it as together as possible, the crab. I don't want to completely disturb it. And I'm also going to put in here cheddar. I have green onion and purple red onion and a little bit of peppers at the bottom. And then we are going to put this. This was also a happy accident because I wasn't planning on a crab one, but I had this in the back of the fridge from when we did our Valentine's extravaganza, and I didn't want it to waste. So there's that. This one is the one that I am gifting. So that one is just a more basic kind of recipe. That way it suits everyone's taste. I'm just putting some cheese in all of these. And then this is just going to be our egg and cheese one over here. Now I'm going to give this one last little whip. And then we are going to start putting this in. Obviously, these are more filling than egg, and that's the beauty of a quiche. I forgot to put a little Old Bay on top of it. have my oven warming at 350 to bake these. And I might need to whip up some more egg, we'll see. Honestly, that might be just enough. So this one is the girls. I don't want to get them confused and give just an egg and cheese to our friends. So I am going to plop on the top here a little bit more pepper, so we know that this one has that in it. And I'm also going to put that on top of our ham and cheese and all the goodiness of that one. My hope is that these don't overflow. I might have filled them a little high. I also want to put just a little bit of chive. Just a little bit of chive. I'm going to put just a little bit on the girls because they do like chive. That way theirs will look pretty too. And I'm going to finish off a tiny little bit of Old Bay that's in there. Now I really need to refill. Okay. All right, so these are going to go in the oven, but I'm going to start at 20 minutes and then check them from there. So let's get these in because the house is starting to awaken. Okay, so now that we have dishes going and dishes put away, we have our quiche going. I should have a few minutes to start part of tonight's dinner because, well, I don't feel like doing it later. So we have cabbage, celery, onion, kielbasa. Yes, this is what Hillshire Farm. And if you know me and you know where we live, some of the best kielbasa is made pretty local to us, but the lines were insane. They were out of this world. They were crazy. I didn't have the time or the energy to stand in line all day for that. So we have some store-bought. We're also going to put in some garlic, a little bit of pepper that I have left, and this diced onion. So when you have multiple cooks in the kitchen, sometimes you end up with various random pieces of anything, and we're no exception to that. Both the girls cook, I cook, we all share this kitchen. So no big deal. I am going to dice the rest of these up to use in this dish. And you all know Angelina despises kielbasa, sausage, anything of that kind of sort. So she is happy that I am making salad tonight as well, because she will not be eating this. And that's fine. Maybe Bella will try. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to get our pan warming up and get some of the bacon grease in there to saute our veggies in. I'm gonna wait till that's heated and then I will throw all this in. Put that right in there. And this onion I'm just going to slice roughly. So get ready for me to be crying on camera. An extremely common and popular dish with cabbage and noodles is halishki. I don't know if that's just a Pennsylvania thing. It really might be. But it's just a sauteed cabbage noodles. Some people put onions, some people don't. I personally always put onions and garlic in mine, but as we all know, I'm not the most traditional cook. We also need to, well, I need to not cry with these onions, but whew, they always get me. Alright, so I'm going to move these over here. And we are going to dice a little bit of celery. I'm really hoping that we grow a little more celery this summer. We grew some last summer, but there's just never enough, especially in the summertime. Celery gives such a nice, refreshing crunch in dishes. Okay. So I'm not going to use the whole thing, saving that for another dish. And I also want to put in here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 garlic. These are just getting a rough chop. I want like chunks of garlic in this. Here our bacon grease starting to pop, so it's time to get this in. So I apologize in advance because my light went out on the stove, and I know this lighting is terrible, but we're gonna hear that nice sizzle, get this in. There's our timer to check our quiche. We're gonna get our onions and pepper in as well. And just mix this around. Also, white chili is one of my favorite things that I have made. It's soon time to make more. I think this is the last of it that we have. And we gotta check on the quiche. We are looking good, but I am going to switch these now because Alright, so that's sauteing. Now we gotta get our cabbage put in. So this is gonna look like an extreme amount of cabbage, but cabbage cooks down so beautifully. Alright, so we are cooked down pretty well here. I want to, there we go. I want to get the kielbasa in next to just brown this a little bit before I throw all that cabbage in there. The beauty of the quiche that we're making is that that can be cooked and it can sit to cool and then be served just like that. So that'll allow the time for someone else to get in here and make the hand quiche. Throwing stuff all over the place. I mean, doesn't that just look delicious just like that? I don't even need to add anything else. You could just have this. Delicious. So, we gotta get that cabbage in. And there is no way that I can do this one-handed. So, you get the idea. And then once I have the quiche out of the oven, I'm just gonna put the lid on here and throw this in the oven so everything else can be made. And later when it's time, I'm gonna throw some pierogies in the broth. But again, this is really gonna cook down, so there will be room in here to do that. Are going to put in, I want to say it's going to be about 2 tablespoons of our ham broth base, and this is Orrington Farms. I don't use a lot of ham bouillon ever, so just open this one. And then our turkey broth. Starting with a quart, and we're going to see how that does. And from the looks of it, I'm definitely going to need at least another quart. There we go. We're going to need another quart. We have 4 minutes left until our quiche should be ready. Let me grab another quart of that. Another quart about to go in, and I am going to bump the heat back up on this for now until we put it in the oven. I may even end up needing another quart when it is time to put in the pierogies, but we will see. Lid on and onto the quiche. So let me do this so you can actually see that. So we have our quiche that is just egg and cheese and a dash of chives for the girls. And then we have the one that I'm gifting here. The 2 deep dish need about 5 minutes yet. So let's let those go. So, in a turn of events, I accidentally turned off the oven. So the other quiche is still not done. It's been in there for about 10 minutes, and I just realized that I had turned the oven off. So, in here, this is all ready for our pierogies, and then, like I said, this is gonna stay nice and warm in the oven all day. My girls are die-hard Mrs. T's pierogi fans. It's what they like, but I don't expect them to really be having this today, so I'm using these that I had in the freezer, roasted garlic and herb. We like these. These are more of a doughy kind of pierogi, so this is going to be perfect for this. And I'm just going to plop them in individually. That way they don't form into a clump. But I expect these to absorb all of the yummy flavors from this. The kids might not be interested in this one, but the adults certainly are going to enjoy this. And then I won't need to be in the kitchen again today, except to make the salad later, and of course to enjoy all the yummy food. Here you have it, our delicious quiche to have for our Easter brunch. We have the one I'm gifting that's still cooling, just the egg and cheese. We have our crab one, which smells amazing. And then we have the ham, cheese, and veggie. So we're gonna let these cool, and I'm clearing the kitchen. Here's how the delicious crab quiche turned out. There's a piece. Looks good. We're at full-on Easter brunch with all the quiches dug into, and they are all so yummy. Bacon, of course, and then we have pancakes and waffles. We have blueberry pancakes. I have to show you all mine. On mine, we have a blueberry pancake, and then we have our triple berry jam here. We have our blueberry syrup over here, and we have our blueberry jam here, so we get a little bite of everything. So I'll see you later, guys, when it's time to get our dinner salad ready. Oh, and I can't leave this out. This cute little waffle maker, because Bella does not like pancakes. She only likes waffles. It makes perfect little individual size waffles. Look how cute. So we'll see you later. So it's egg hunt time. So we have lots of eggs. Get over here, Zachary. We have lots of eggs to hide. This is part of our property that you don't typically see. It's the orchard where we're planting all of the trees, but you got lots of eggs to hide for the girls to find. So see if we can find some creative spots. Zach's normally better at picking the spots than me, but we're gonna get to it. All right, so we hid over 300 eggs. Now it takes the girls 3 to 5 months to clean the rooms. So I'm guessing 3 to 5 minutes to pick up 300 eggs. We'll see. All right, close those eyes over this way. There are over 300 eggs. Jesus. They go down to where you can't go any further, and they go over into the yard that way, like past the trampoline, okay? Over 300. You each have a bucket. Pick a blanket.
I went Monster High. Oh no, I went the other one. I Kiwis on it.
You'll probably have to come back and dump it.
You will have to come back and dump at some point. All eggs are prize eggs, but there are bigger prizes that can be claimed. There is one and only one golden egg. No
There's
silver.
only one this time?
There is one and only one silver egg. Are we ready?
No bronze egg this year?
Nope.
And no running.
No running, no fighting. Do we accept the rules?
Yes, if we, like last year, if we dump our baskets, can we get them still?
No. That's not fair.
No fighting amongst each other. No running.
I'm not running.
Huh?
I'm not allowed to run yet.
She's
She's not allowed to run yet. So, take your baskets.
I don't care because I'm winning.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Hut! They hesitated. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that the silver egg is a tinfoil wrapped egg? I lost the silver egg. You make it work. Turn this way then so I can see your pretty feet. Sit on the other side of the blanket. Hunter, there's no real eggs in there.
Where's my eggies? I came out here to do an egg hunt and there's no eggies for me.
Kiwers! Kiwi! Let's see your pretty ear. See your ears all better?
Look at all that pollen on her.
Yeah, she's activating all those allergies. Mhm. What do you think, Lena?
It's good.
Well, friends, it has been an absolutely beautiful day. We enjoyed our time today together, hung out outside in beautiful sunshine, had our egg hunt, and now it is time to throw together this salad. And there is a lot going on here because we are going to make this into its own decorated egg shape, essentially. I have some water boiling to do a quick blanch on. So the water is starting to come to boil for that. I just have like a shallow little metal container that I do that with. We're going to chop up everything and layer this just beautifully here. Our soup is ready to go with this. That's been staying warm in the oven all day. I just took it out. And we're going to spread this right to the edge. Hope you can all see this. We're going to spread this right to the edge so that we have a nice little bed for all of our toppings, because that's the star of the show here, let's be honest. Okay, where shall we start? We'll start with the least messy. So some cheese. When I get the asparagus in, I only want that to be in for like 2 minutes, and then I got to put that into an ice bath. So I'm going to have to get that ice bath ready quickly. Everyone is kind of relaxing today, and Zachary is out taking care of the chickens and the ducks right now. It's just one of those nice family days. Gonna have more scraps to go out to the chickens. Wash these quick. All right, I just threw the asparagus in. I have the water ice bath preparing. We just want to blanch that. This has to be the tiniest little head of cauliflower that I was able to find at the store. So that is our ice bath. We have the broccoli. Give this a quick rinse. I'm only going to use one head. And the goal with all of this is little, essentially like bite-sized pieces is what we want here. Cucumber. You can't see this because it's off camera, but there is a munchkin in the kitchen right now that is raiding the deviled eggs. My grandmother is known for her delicious deviled eggs, and whenever we actually get them, they go very quickly. She made a whole tray, and I can see there's 6 left. So if that tells you anything. All right, I gotta grab that asparagus out. Turn that off. So to show you all how I did that, I just put it right down just like that into the pot. I'm going to cut this bottom part off here and put this right into the ice bath to stop the cooking process, because we want crispy asparagus, crisp asparagus, but we want it to be not raw. So I'm quickly accumulating goodies here for the chickens and the duck. The peppers, I am making a mess. Blanched, however you want to say, beautifully. They still have a nice crunch. Delicious. I love asparagus. So good. I know I've said it before, but if you have only ever had tin canned asparagus, give the fresh stuff a try. It's just, there's nothing like it. I am running out of space here. So I am actually going to cover up the area where the cheese was, and then we're going to add another layer of cheese. Crisis averted. I found the Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to drain these and throw these in the air fryer. All right, it was a little noisy in here, so I didn't want to burn your ears while the air fryer was going and the dogs were eating and all that whole 9 yards. So we have our salad. I, of course, found the Brussels sprouts downstairs like I knew I would. Just put them in the air fryer for a little. Ideally, I would like to let these cool before shoving them on here, but the day is getting late. I'll just have to sample that one, and it was good. So we're going to finish this off with our radishes. Zachary, what are you thinking of this year's salad?
It looks magnificent.
Well, there's the salad in all of its glory. All of my toppings are falling off the side here. But it looks delicious. And I am going to whip up real quick a salad dressing to have with the balsamic brine that we had from here. So I'll show you how I do that. So this is going to be super quick. We have our balsamic brine. We have some extra virgin olive oil. This is already plenty sweet, so I am not adding any other sweetness to this. I am going to find my garlic press. If you've never used one of these, I highly suggest one, but only the kind that it's like one solid piece. I've had another one that was multiple parts and I hated it. So this is just going to press the garlic right in. And I am putting 4 cloves in. You know, we like garlic. No vampires here. So I am going to clean that up just a bit with a little knife right along there. Perfect. I'm going to put a little bit of my Italian seasoning blend in. Just a tiny bit of ground mustard just to give it that little something. And some chives. A little bit of black pepper. And a little bit of salt. I'm also going to black pepper our salad itself. So just going to put the lid on here and shake. And see if I can show you what this looks like. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be emulsified. It's not going to stay together. You're going to have to shake it up as you use it. But this is just meant to be a quick vinaigrette to have. Let's see. I just made a mess all over the island. But let me do a little top. That's yummy. That's yummy. And it's a quick way to use the brine, not waste that because that's all kinds of yumminess in there. And here we have it. We have our massive, this thing must weigh like 20 pounds, our massive egg salad for Easter. And our soup, I have to show you our soup. So let me make just a little spot here. Stir soup. Let me bring you in. All right, so there is our gorgeous looking Kielbasa pierogi soup. Let me give this a little little stir so you can see all of that yummy goodness in there. I already dished some of this out because I did gift some of this today to friends of ours. They got some yummies sent their way for Easter. So we have that, and of course our salad that ended up having red peppers, yellow peppers, red onion, cucumbers, cauliflower, pickled red beets, asparagus, cheddar cheese, mozzarella cheese, our honey balsamic Brussels sprouts, our turmeric, pickled cauliflower, of course the radishes, the tomatoes, avocado, Kalamata olives, our pickled red beet eggs that I make, and green onion, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, broccoli, almost got lost under there. So that's our kind of Easter dinner. So I hope you all had an amazing day. I thank you as always for joining me in my kitchen and choosing to take time out of your day. That always blows my mind that you want to spend that time with me. Sorry about the dogs in the background. And I'm just know that it's so appreciated the time that you take. So happy Easter to you all, and we'll see you soon. And just so you know how serious I was about these eggs, my grandmother has made deviled eggs for every special function that I can remember my entire life. And there's never any left. And this little contraption here, I have tried to buy her so many nice egg holders for her to use, and she insists on using this. I think we got it at the dollar store years ago. But in any event, there is only 6 left, and we haven't even sat down to have dinner yet. So to say that these are a hit is an understatement, and I cannot for the life of me share the recipe for that because she doesn't let anyone help her make these. So we're all gonna have to enjoy them. I almost forgot to show you all the pineapple lush, and here's how I serve it. In the deep dish bowl, we have whipped cream and some cherries on top.